way.
Oh my God, the episode's too long already.
It, go for whatever. Whatever.
How much time do you have?
Yeah, exactly. Come on, bring it on. Let's do it. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Don't worry, mine will be quick.
I want to do it while it's hot because it's a hot topic right now.
But we air a month later.
No, it's on YouTube. So YouTube
It will never be over.
Okay.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's true. Ongoing war.
Yeah. But anyway, like
In a month they'll have walked it back.
Yeah, I think
Hope.
so. I
Well,
think
one can hope.
I hope so.
Someone's gonna listen like, what the fuck is he talking about? They're not
I mean,
doing
even
that.
even when like Domino's is scoring points off of you, like it's time to examine your policies.
Yeah, but PlayStation on their blog had two stories. One, in 2028, physical media will be dead with PlayStation for the foreseeable future. And on the same day, they said that PS3 and Vita digital stores are closing to like fucking mixed signals from this fucking company. But as a person who has a digital PS5, you're probably wondering, why the fuck do you care? I like the option. And it feels like the gaming industry is going towards that area because Xbox followed suit, by the way. They are also doing no physical media for the
dream.
It's not a shocker. We already knew that was coming. But Nintendo, I feel like, is a little they're always delayed, but they did the game keys that I think that they'll milk for a while. But this is bad because like I said in the chat that we discussed, I said I was looking forward to get a PS5 Pro with the disc drive just so that I could do the physical media because I have a change of heart. Because I agree with you guys. I think physical media needs to happen because it's going to protect us as a consumer.
Well, I mean, that's the exact problem, right? Digital was really nice and convenient until we realized that you were no longer paying to own a game or paying for the luxury to play it. And that's a huge problem because that's very different, right?
Yeah.
That's the issue.
And the thing is, like, now Sony can control the pricing is another thing because like if you go to Amazon, you could pay like a Metal Gear Solid Delta for like half the price that it's on for digital right now. They're essentially saying, fuck you. You can't do physical media anymore where you can get the game for half the price and we could charge you whatever the fuck you want. They could literally say, hey, in 2028, instead of $70 games, you're going to be paying $90 games. I mean, they're already pushing it with GTA 5 right now, or GTA 6. You can get the base game for $80, but there's some, like,
if you want to be a bitch.
Yeah.
Peasant.
So, like, the norm seems like they want to push for $100. And essentially, with all the future consoles being $1,000 now, and I like $700, $800, $900. I was like, yeah, it's a little high, but I was like maybe willing to possibly do that. But when it hits the 1,000, I don't want to spend that money because like modern gaming is not what it used. Modern gaming was not what it used to be, but like modern gaming is just hit or miss these days. And I'm not saying like back then it was like everything was like a fucking gem. But at least they put some passion into it, some of the games. And you felt that, like Ocarina of Time, like Halo games, Gears of War, even the SNES games and all that stuff. Now they could just be like, you're going to like this no matter what the fuck we do. And I think that's bad for the gaming industry. Because I like options. If I want to have physical, I want to have physical. If I want digital, I want to have digital. And I think that's bad. I want your guys' opinion, so sound off on you guys.
I mean, we've talked about it before. I and know Zach as well have large physical media collections, and that's always going to be what I'm passionate about. Not only that, but I'm also passionate about preservation. I have an anthropology degree, so like all of my passions go hand in hand with being completely against it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's more about the choice. Like, if there's a way to give protections to say that digital purchase equals ownership, then I would be less averse to it. I still think the choice of having it and having the preservation of that is still important. So I'm with them for the same reasons. But additionally, the biggest thing that I'm seeing that is a trending crime, like right now, like actually as we're doing this, I'm re-downloading songs for Rock Band because I haven't accessed Rock Band in years. But I wanted to have it in case we have a party or something. And they delisted Rock Band and all the DLC, so it actually corrupted the file that I had. So I had to re-download 700 DLC songs because Rock Band 4 is delisted. But I have a physical copy, which is great. But guess what? If I hadn't known that and I had a digital copy, I would have just lost it. Like the only reason I have
hundreds of dollars of material.
Yeah, like we're talking like with a lot of these being $2 a song, I have over 600 songs that I downloaded. Yeah, so like that's a good example of just getting shot in the foot, So, and not to mention, like, think of the other times where we had like games that like were like obviously just like fan favorites, like it made so much sense in the world, and then all of a sudden they were removed or delisted. Like there have been so many times where that's happened now. It's like if you have the physical copy, then that's not going to happen. But I don't know. I'm not a fan at all of someone saying you have to pay this just to play it, as opposed to like the whole point is that I own the copy that I have. I can do what I want with it.
Yeah, I'm not getting PS6, or I'm not getting any modern system. By the way, I literally think I'm gonna be sticking with my gaming laptop, and my last consoles are gonna be the PS5 and the Nintendo Switch True, and my Xbox died, so like I literally don't have that.
Yeah, I actually canceled my PlayStation Plus. This is the first time I've done that since, in a decade. I actually, funny enough, just realized I just haven't been using it anyway, so I'm paying way too much money for a service that I just almost
don't use. Yeah,
I just renewed for whatever because I had the highest package or whatever, and I renewed it for $180 for a year service for something I don't use, and it's like that's a huge waste of money. Like I don't need to do that, and then you have all these things happening. It's cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah, I listened to this podcast, and I'm gonna kind of point it out. I still like it, and I still like the host, by the way. But Video Game Outsiders, Michelle, who's the host, and it's not because she's a woman. I just want to point that out. I'm not hating her because she's a woman. But she pointed out the living room is dying, which I kind of understand because the stats is it was close to 90% of the customers of PlayStation is digital only, and that's why the reason they're doing it. But I still think 10% is still a big number that they're losing out on. But she's just and that's why I made the comment before early in the episode where it is what it is. That's how it is. I'm like, no, bullshit. Because there's other things that could happen where where I put in the chat where backwards compatibility is officially dead, in my opinion. Because now they could be hey,
if there's no physical media, then yeah, it's just not gonna happen. They're just gonna try to resell you the same games every year.
Yes, with 180 8K frames per second and all that stuff. Be hey, you could play it in HD and all these frames per second. And here's a $60 game tag. I mean, they shit on Nintendo for doing that shit when they release stuff. We're hey, you can get this Nintendo Switch 2 version of the game that you played last generation. So I hate the idea oh, just go get a PC. Some people don't want to fucking build a PC or buy a fucking built PC because it's annoying to do the updates. The reason why I get console is because I can plug it in, I could put a game in, and I could fucking play.
Also, all this PC hardware shit is blowing up in price.
Yeah, this is the worst time to have that conversation. Did you guys see that people are taking Samsung and the other two RAM manufacturers to court over price fixing? That's really interesting. I'm into that. I'm following that.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that out there because Andy, I was actually waiting for you to type in the chat, be Dubs, don't you have a PS5 digital? Aren't you always talking about I like digital?
Honestly, a lot of these big conversations we've been having over the media thing have been happening. Two things are happening. I'm at work And it's just kind of hard because
True.
it is something I'm very passionate about. So all I can really do is like, here's a meme I saw on Reddit, or here's one point I'll make. And I can't type, a paragraph about all this stuff. But also, everyone is keenly aware of my stance on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really like me being all I told you so about you owning a digital PS5. Who cares, man? It doesn't matter.
I don't want to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it. And I keep telling you, like, if you want to play retro games, don't buy physical stuff. The only people you're benefiting are people who hoarded it and are reselling it from like. Just get a Mister. Just get a.
Yeah, and that's another thing, by the way, which I'm kind of like pissed off about, because now you're just gonna have all the fucking eBayers being like, "Oh my god, physical media is dead now. You want a fucking Call of Duty 4 for physical media? Guess what? $150." I'm like,
yeah,
it's like
scarcity's gonna go up, and we're living in an age where disc rot is taking out games left and right. Like it's gonna get worse before it gets better, and by gets better, I don't even know if it's gonna get better. I think it's just gonna get worse until eventually just this shit's all gone and none of us owns anything.
Mm-hmm. And I'm actually for voting with your wallet in this sense, and a lot of I hate. And I actually kind of like that you, because I made a comment or something like that where I was like, Sony is now the bad guy, or like they used to be the good guy, and you like stop sticking up for like corporations and stuff. But you have people literally online fucking suck or licking the boot so fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, everything has team guys. Everyone's got like there's people. Sony can do no wrong, Nintendo can do no wrong, or my political party can do no wrong, or some other organization can. Like they aren't really thinking, and I don't know the solution to that, if I'm being honest. Like you can have shouting arguments with them, or you can have flame wars on Twitter about it, but it's not going to change anything.
Yeah,
man. I don't know the solution. Vote with your wallet. You already said it. That's all you can do.
Yeah, so my stance is I'm not buying any modern systems. I have a backlog that literally could last me until I fucking die. I'm just gonna play that. Yeah.
I mean, the games for the foreseeable future are gonna be on physical media because they're not doing this till 2028. So everyone needs to, support. I admit there was a couple times I was like, yeah, I might just buy like some stuff digitally. Just because it's more convenient on like my Switch or whatever. But now I'm gonna have to double down on physical media. Like now I have to be an acolyte for physical media even more so, which annoys me.
Yeah, the Switch is like the one console that I'm actually collecting physical media right now.
But you got to know, and you have to prepare yourself. Like it's easy for you to say this now, but in a year, we're going to be looking down the barrel of all the new releases that are going to be digital only. And Sony is giving themselves enough of a lead in that there's going to be something like they're going to line up like Red Dead Redemption 3, digital only, or God of War, piss your pants, digital only, or like, Smash Brothers, but now Spyro's in it, digital only. And that's going to be the test for consumers. It's easy for everyone to say right now with hardware prices going up and everything else happening, oh, I'm going to boycott that. But in a year and a half, you better be ready to put your money where your mouth is instead of just bitching about it on Facebook a year and a half ago.
Okay, I'm going to make a deal. If I do that, I'm shaving my eyebrows.
That doesn't mean just follow through. That's all.
Yeah,
just
I never say no. Make it real. Like your eyebrows will grow back. Blow your dick off. That's what you do.
Okay. Okay. I'm never getting pussy anyway, so might as well fucking blow my dick off.
Damn.
If I buy a game digitally, I'll fucking kill myself.
Whoa.
I just did that to get Andy. So I'm taking a drink, and I was like, I gotta take the shot.
Listen, like I always like scoffed at you guys where like physical media. I'm like, it's so convenient for me to get digital. I now see the light. I know what you guys are talking about now, and it's actually like It's making me wonder. I should go to like fucking Best Buy and start buying fucking Blu-rays. 'Cause I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna fucking last now.
It's not
It
gonna last
doesn't
much
have to
longer.
be. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. You can own digital things and cherish preserving physical
Well,
media. You
I
can
have
do both.
Steam.
It's
I
fine.
have Steam. Like that makes more sense because like fucking PCs don't have like we haven't had a optical CD drive for like a decade now. I think.
Yeah.
So like that, and a lot of like, and you have all the fucking Sony fanboys being like, "You're going to PC. I thought you guys hated digital." It's like that's not the fucking point.
But how am I going to play all my sweet physical PC games?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
External.
That's
drive.
fucking.
Yeah.
When's Half-Life 3 coming out? But I wanted I
Digital
digress.
only.
Yeah, I digress. By the way, like I wanted to point this out because like it bothered me because like I do like the option. That's why like I still have Nintendo Switch physical media, and it's just an interesting thing. Will people stick to that? Who knows? Because there's this guy that is a Sony YouTuber. He's called MBG. He's kind of a tool, but lately he's been kind of like, oh my god, $1,000 PS6. And after the fucking news about physical media, he's just like, I'm not fucking buying this. And he actually, he might have done this for clicks, but he like tore down his Wolverine poster in the background, where he's just like, I'm pissed. I'm gonna fucking tear down my Wolverine poster. I'm not gonna go that crazy. But like, it's an interesting comment, topic that I don't know what people are gonna. I feel like it's not gonna matter. We're just old people that are stuck to our old ways, and all these casuals, like the next generation, are just gonna do it because they're used to it. At this point, there's digital, there's subscriptions and stuff.
No.
So
Yeah.
I do want to throw one last thing because I don't want us to keep going for another hour on this topic, but I do have a friend that works for Insomniac Games, and now that you mentioned Wolverine, it made me think. I'm actually really curious what his opinion on this is. Like, and I wonder if he's known about it for a while, or if this is actually a shock to him and the publisher as well. So I'm going to ask him about it. Just open conversation. Like, what's your thought about this? Like how's your company taking that? Like, is it a good thing, bad? Like, I'm wondering from a different perspective what their thought of it is too.
I don't think
like what we think, but.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing to ask, but I also think that's not the measuring stick. I think after they found out that fucking GTA 6 was $1 billion pre-orders that are happening going right now, and it's like if you want a box of GTA 6, you get a box with a fucking code in it.
Like, people were pre-ordering it before they knew, and like there's that guy that like spent like $54,000 on copies of pre-orders of GTA 6, and now
he thought he was gonna be a smart boy.
I think after that pre-order, they were like, "Fucking $1 billion. Well, let's fucking bring out the news." And I think that hurts other games like Wolverine, and all that stuff because you have all these. Will they follow through with the boycott? I don't know. But I've seen a lot of people being like, "I'm not getting the PS6, and I am not fucking." Well, some of them are saying they'll buy it physical, but some of the people are saying they're not buying it digitally. Wolverine.
I mean, that's the only way things are going to change. If it doesn't affect their bottom line, they aren't going to care who's complaining online. They're only going to change it if they actually see loss of profit. So, what do you do?
Okay, but I wanted to get that off my chest. I know, Zach, did you have anything you wanted to add before? Because I know all three of us talked. Besides, you chimed in, but did you have anything else you wanted to talk about this topic?
No, it sucks. It sucks.